3 new custom colors from OSP and my favorite Blitz Max DR. Imakatsu rolls a bunch of cool new colors and some big topwaters, and the Bass Puzzle Grass Piece returns. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle. Welcome to the Hookup Tackle.
Oh, what a stud.
Yeah. Look at that.
That was sick.
Woo!
Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. All right, guys, some breaking news. What's new this week at the Hookup Tackle?
What a beautiful post-spawn fish.
Look at that.
Look at that gut on that. That's a nice fish.
Welcome back, my friends. I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, the Tackle Otaku on Instagram, being joined this beautiful, hopefully last 110-degree Sunday by my buddy Jeffrey the King. Jeff, how are you today?
110 honestly isn't that bad. It's not until it gets 115 is when
What's
it
the
gets
difference?
a little gnarly.
Is there any difference?
It does.
I think we're celebrating officially like 100 days over 110 degrees or
100
something
plus days.
ridiculous. So it's Protein Shake Sunday.
Protein shake.
Would you like a delicious Orion?
I'm fine.
Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. I sure hope you guys chose to live somewhere much smarter than Satan's hellhole that we chose to live. But if you are suffering through this never-ending heat, cheers to you. Crack a nice cold one, delicious Orion. One of the best beers in the world.
Does that scientifically cool you down?
Of course. It's got hops, it's protein, water, hydration.
Water hydration.
Delicious. Cheers. Happy Sunday, my friends. You sure you don't want one, Jeff? Jeff, you look dehydrated.
I'm straight.
Okay. We have super grumpy quiet Jeff over here, so let's talk about some tackle. Maybe we'll liven this show up a little bit. How about that? Oh, by the way, this is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle. We're going to talk about some new tackle, some restocks like we're about to jump into. Make fun of Jeff, drink beer, hang out. It's basically just a Sunday morning of tackle nerds. So, welcome. How about some grass pieces?
The return.
Here we go. Bass Puzzle Grass Piece. Now, you guys know about once a month we get a shipment. We've talked about this a million times before. This is a one-man, handmade in Japan operation that literally just makes them around the clock for you guys. So he is sitting there making as many as he can. As soon as he gets a shipment ready, he sends it off and we drop it to you. So today, 3 colors, 2 sizes, okay? And these are our best-selling sizes, our best-selling colors, so this is dope. So we have the beautiful violet gill, we have the beautiful white shad, and we have our custom chartreuse and white, okay? Now, these are gonna be available in the half-ounce size, which is pretty much the best-selling all-around size. And then we have it in my favorite size, which is 3/4 size. Now, if you have hung out around this channel at all and listened to these or used these, you'll know that the 3/4 ounce size fishes very similar to like a half-ounce jackhammer, and the half-ounce size fishes very similar to like a 3/8 ounce jackhammer. So if you're trying to compare the two, don't be afraid to bump up one size on these guys. Now, let's talk about the grass piece for a minute, what it is, what it's designed to do. The grass piece, just in case you're new to it, is obviously a blade jig style bait with a unique shaped blade that is designed to do a few different things. It's designed on Lake Biwa to fish through grass for big fish, so it's a very strong wire. It's a very big, strong hook back there, so it's designed for big fish, heavy line, heavy grass, so you don't have this, very wimpy kind of bladed jig, which a lot of them can be. This one not only comes through grass and vegetation well, but it also can be burned, so you can fish it incredibly fast like you would a skinny dipper or an escaping action bait fish. But it can also be killed and on the paws, instead of most blade jigs where you rip it out of grass and they just kind of flop, this one will rip out and then it will shimmy fall down. So that blade continues to shimmy while that bait moves horizontal, and it has this beautiful shimmy. Jeff and I at Griff were fishing the other day, and I was using one kind of just a lift and drop shimmy fall with a crawl on it or a beaver on it, and it works incredibly well to do that. So a very, very versatile blade jig. It would make a great addition to your blade jig arsenal if you guys are fans of this style bait. Let's talk really quick about trailers. The Deps Sakamata shad has been the trailer that has been historically spoken about with this. A lot of guys will pull the skirt off and just run a straight soft plastic. That's something that, for instance, Kenta has done quite a bit on tour. Or, of course, you can leave the skirt, add the trailer. So I just wanted to talk through a couple of trailers just to give you guys an idea. So obviously, Sakamata shad's a great choice. However, Sakamata shads are kind of like gold right now. So many of you probably don't want to use them as trailers if you even have them. If you don't have them, you can't find them anyways. So, let's talk about some other options. So for me, I really have been digging the fish roller and the Doe Live sticks, right? So these are super fish rollers or the regular fish roller. This is the 1/2 ounce with the 4-inch game over fish roller on it, and I think it sets up perfect. I really like something with more of a fluke style or fork style tail on the back of it versus a paddle tail, but you could throw a paddle tail as well. So for the 1/2 ounce, the 4-inch fish roller works great. For the chartreuse and white one, this is the 3/4 ounce chartreuse and white with the 5-inch super fish roller in the back, which is a perfect fit. Now on the 3/4 ounce head, there's also a extra little keeper here that you can either add a little clip-on grenade weight to if you wanted to really sink it down and fish it deep in some deep grass off ledges. You could also attach a little treble hook if you wanted to back there, if you wanted to have a hook on the bottom. I usually just roll it like this. For me, I like to fish this shallow. I can fish it much faster than some of the lighter sizes. I can let it really get in the weeds and then rip it, and then it has that really fast shimmy fall to it, which is great. And then for the violet gill, I really think the Zappu fish roller matches it almost perfect. It's almost like it was built for it, but it's got that kind of purplish violet hue that really kind of matches it well. That's a great one. Also, Doe Live stick and stick spec 2, electric shad works great on it. So play around with your trailers. Of course, you can just roll like a super fluke or something like that as well. But there you go. For gear, you're going to want to throw it on whatever your chatterbait rod is. I've been loving the Gladiator Anti-Engrave. That's the rod that I've been using for this. Here's an example of my terribly janky. This is what happens in 115 degrees and you're desperate for a bite. But you can see, like, even just adding a soft plastic, this is just a 4-inch Doe Live beaver on the 1/2 ounce, and it has just an amazing shimmy fall down to it. So don't be afraid to experiment with this. It's one of the hottest blade jig style baits going right now. So I know you guys will catch a ton of fish on it. I would definitely scoop them up because they never last. Okay, guys that know about this, always grab them. So there you go. Right now, they are available 1/2 ounce, 3/4 size grass pieces available right now. All right, Jeff, let's jump over to OSP, my favorite bait in their line. OSP makes some amazing hard baits, but my absolute favorite crankbait in the world is the Blitz Max DR. And this week we are dropping 3 new custom colors, never been done before in the Blitz Max DR. This is exciting for me. So a lot of you guys, the season is coming up, or you're right in the middle of it. This late summer through fall crankbait bite. The Blitz Max DR is just money. I'm going to spec it out for you. 61 millimeters, 18 grams, so you're about 5/8 of an ounce. This is a true, I'm going to call it 15-foot diver. So you could throw some 14-pound and grind this thing in 12 to 16 feet, and it works great. It's got a very subtle little knock in there that's perfect. So we're doing 3 colors this week. This is Dirty 30 that we've done before in the Magnum and in a couple of the other baits. It looks great in the Max DR. So you've got that kind of black and silver scale pattern going down into the white pearl, just a touch of that kind of morning dawn pink kind of lateral line, and then just a slight hit of chartreuse on the bottom. Just a very, very sexy all-around shad color. So Dirty 30 is in there. We are also doing Knockout Craw, which is basically Fred in a crankbait. So you've got a transparent green pumpkin craw with some copper flake, and then it fades to a purple, and then eventually a red bottom. So you got this really all natural, very versatile green pumpkin style crawfish. And then for the first time ever in an OSP bait, we are doing it in Esagil. Okay, so this is a color that we did with Lucky Craft back about a year ago. Finally, we are bringing it into OSP as well. This would be a very versatile bluegill pattern. It could be a shad pattern, a perch pattern, but you get a little bit of pearl on the belly with the OSP, so we tweaked it just a touch to bring a little bit of pearl on the belly, but then you get that transparent kind of blue and green with just the real faint striping on there. It looks absolutely stunning in there. So there you go. If you are fans of the Blitz Max DR, this will be exciting news for you. 3 new custom colors from OSP. Those are available right now. All right, Jeff, let's jump over to Imakatsu. Now, we've had over the last few weeks quite a few big topwater baits come to market. The Teckle Big Dog, the Slash Kickers, right? There's been quite a few, which is pretty cool. I love having some options. So let's just keep adding to the pile. So, you know, Imakatsu makes 9 million baits. You and I talk about Imakatsu all the time. One of those very fascinating brands, right? How about the Slam Dog Monster in a bunch of new colors? Now I'm going to run through these colors with you. Some of these are return colors. Some of these are going to be new. Now, Slam Dog Monster, 145 millimeters, 40 grams.
Okay.
Okay, so you're kind of bridging the gap in size between, you know, when you go from like a kick knocker to the big dog, it's a pretty big jump. This is kind of maybe a gap bridger. Okay, so here's a look at that bad boy. It's an amazing walking topwater bait. In my opinion, Imakatsu makes the world's greatest baby bass patterns.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what bait it's in, they're unbelievable. So this is the ultra non-key. I mean, it's just disgusting. Could be a shad, obviously, it could be a baby, it could be anything that lives and exists in your water. But this is a big, loud, moving topwater bait. It's wide, it's got many cavities, you can hear it. It's got tons of sound. So this is a bait that you're going to use in open water. This is a bait you're going to use in rough water days. This is a bait you're going to use to call fish to your bait when other baits are just too quiet. But because it's only 40 grams, about 1.5 ounces, pretty easy to toss, pretty easy to walk, pretty easy to move. So it's a great one to have in your box when you need something just a little bit bigger. So let me run through the colors with you really quick. Okay, so we said this was the ultra non-key. Let me drop it back in the box real quick. Okay, running through the colors. Let me know if any of them don't show up, okay? So you've got Black Raven. You've got 3D Laser Oikawa.
That one's ridiculous.
It's so sexy. But you and me are suckers for this color.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people don't throw Oikawas. I think they're missing the boat. But
color.
hey, that's fine with me. 3D Rainbow Trout. You have an Ochi IU. You have Natural Sand Eater IU. 3D Kedabass. Not Oikawa. This is 3D Male Hasu.
Oh, no, hold on. That makes sense.
Right? Very different color than the Oikawa.
Very
All right,
different.
can you tell the difference?
Uh-huh.
Okay. We have got Ikihara Ugui. 3D Ghost Sand Eater IU. Not to be confused with the regular Sand Eater IU. And Strong Chartreuse. Okay, so some really great colors. Very, very fun topwater bait. I think you guys will dig it. So there you go, the Slam Dog Monster from Imakatsu, available now. All right, Jeff, staying on Imakatsu, our best-selling topwater bait that Imakatsu has ever made is back, plus a bunch of cool new colors. Now this one is super dope, and you guys love it. Every time we get these in, they sell out. The Imakatsu Dead Screw. Okay, this is a 14 centimeter, 28 grams. So you're basically a true 1 ounce topwater bait. Basically a prop style bait, right? But what's different about the Dead Screw, well, a couple things. Let's do this down here. You have, obviously, it's a much bigger bait. It's a 3-hook bait, but you have these dual 4-blade props here that have a square center hole that allows it to grind as it moves. Okay, so when you hear this thing in the water, you can even hear it now as this moves. You can hear the grinding on the back, the grinding on the front. 2 different pitches because they're 2 different sizes, so it's a slightly bigger blade in the back, slightly smaller blade in the front, so you're getting these 2 different grinds. You can fish this a gazillion different ways. The way they recommend fishing it, the way they throw it a lot in Japan, is just on a straight retrieve. So you can throw it out and just wind it in very slowly, and the bait has a very tight little quiver. It's got a slight lip here, a little fin on the side that allows it to just have a little bit of a rock while you're getting this kind of, you know, knocking sound coming from the blades. You can rip it, you can fish it fast. It does walk, so you can get it to walk and spit and do different things as well. So lots of versatility to it, but the reason you're gonna choose this over, say, a traditional walking bait like with a Slam Dog Monster, Kick Knocker, something like that, is that ability to just go super, super slow and just wind it and let those blades kind of counter spin, knock, clack, and just create a different sound and a different look. So very, very cool bait, and priced well, 29 bucks. So for a bait this size, for a made in Japan topwater, solid. So here we go. I'm gonna run through these colors with you. So again, Imakatsu has tons of these 3D natural print colors, and they do an amazing job on those. Probably one of the best brands at doing it. So you have a natural Wakasagi color. You have a sexy Oikawa. I'm gonna throw these down in here because it's gonna get full. 3D Megabass. Let me know if you can't see any of the colors, okay? Some of them are shifted in here weird. Natural non-key. So again, that beautiful kind of largemouth bass. Their bass colors are just disgusting.
They nail them.
Yeah, I think this one is fucking disgusting.
Snaky.
3D Reihi. So basically a snake pattern. That one's dirty. I want to catch him on that one.
Natural.
Very natural, yeah. Lots of those running around, those pythons. 3D Ghost Sand Eater. Oh, here, why don't I just turn it to the side? You see it now. It's a good looking one. I think they get the picture. I don't know, I didn't even look.
Rainbow.
Oh, rainbow trout. Come on, shake, shake, shake. 3D Noiki non-key. Disgusting.
Megabass one.
Yeah. Black Raven. It's just an all matte black. If it's not showing. Okay. Chartreuse back Wakasagi. That one's dirty also. I really dig this one. Kasumi Wakasagi. Very similar to Kasumi Ito, which by the way was a collab with Imakatsu and Megabass.
Wow.
Anyway, so cool to know. Magma Wakasagi. That one's dirty too.
Yeah.
Biwako Ochi Ayu. And 3D Laser Oikawa. There's our Oikawa color. Okay, so there you go. The Dead Screw from Imakatsu. Back plus a bunch of new colors. Those are available right now. All right, Jeff, let's talk about a bait for your people. Not a bug bait. Talking about a legitimate bait, swim bait. Here we go. The Shimano Arma Arma Joint. 3 new colors. Okay, so these are available in a floater and a sinker. These were iCast releases. Kind of surprising they didn't start with these colors, but hey, let's just be grateful that we have them. So here you go. Here is a look at the new chrome. So for you herring guys, this is going to be a no-brainer, right? So you get that Arma boost in the top section up there that's flashing. So I'm glad they made it just a little bit of clear, so you get a little bit of that flash. The flashing, by the way, is just, you know, designed to give some kind of blinking effect. It could be a heartbeat, it could be scales, it could be just flashing. So you've got the chrome color, you've got a brand new ivory color. So the ivory, I'm gonna take this one out because, oh, I guess you can see it. I don't know if you could see it through the package, but they did less of a clear on this one, more of a solid. See that? So it's not quite as flashy, but you can tell it's in there moving around. So this is like the heart rate is high, like just drink a couple Red Bulls and they're like, ah, right? So, but sexy kind of bone, matte finish color, that looks dope. And then a natural shiner color. Okay, so 3 new colors. Just to spec it out for you guys, this is 190 millimeters, which is about 7.5 inches, 53 grams, so almost 2 ounce. And again, they're going to be in a floater or a sink. The Arma Boost, if you're not, or the Arma Joint, if you're not familiar with it, is the bait that's designed to kind of collapse in half and fold on itself, so that when you cast, it's not doing all this big wandering thing. It literally kind of folds into, you know, a U, lands, and then comes back to life. You can walk it, twitch it, swim it fast, do multiple different things with it. But there you go, new from Shimano this week. Boom. While we are on Shimano, just a quick restock. We brought these to you guys a few weeks ago, the brand new 2024 Vanford. We did just get a pretty good size restock of these back. They sold out instantly when we launched them at our What's New a few weeks ago. The 2500 size is back. It's basically a new redesigned Vanford. A lot of the tech from the Stella trickles back into the Vanford. It's light. It's got a really nice drag system on it. I think you guys would be into it. So if you're Shimano reel fans, the Vanford 25s, those return this week also. While we are talking about returns, just a quick Megabass restock. For the first time, I think in maybe a year and a half, every single model of Destroyer P5 is in stock. Okay, it won't last. Somebody's gonna go buy the one model that we only have a couple of or something like that. But if you have been waiting on a P5 and it's casting and spinning, so, you know, JDM models like 110 stick, Mad Bulls, US models like Mark 56, so on and so forth are in. Same with spinning across the board. I'm going to talk about a larger strolling bait and strolling head here in a second. This is the F565, the Kirasame Kameyama Special that is built for the larger strolling bait. So if you guys are looking for a rod to handle, you know, 3/8, half-ounce heads, 6-7 inch baits, this would be an amazing one. It has the carbon stinger tip on the top. It's got the, you know, all the power in the butt section. So anyways, if you're in the market for a Megabass rod, everything's in stock. Same goes for Levante, Orochi, so on and so forth. We have the JDM, Levante's in as well. So those are back from Megabass. All right, Jeff, let's jump in and talk about the larger strolling stuff. So hot conversations this week about live scope with Bass and MLF and everything else. Everybody losing their mind. My official opinion, who cares? I don't care.
Ooh.
I think if they really wanted to make a man circuit, they would just ban all graphs. That's what I would like to see. Let's ban all graphs. Make those fuckers earn it.
And only shore fishing.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah.
By hand.
Cane pole.
Okay.
Ew.
You forward-facing sonar guys love this one. Okay, this is the Owner Range Roller, our best-selling strolling head. Well, a lot of guys have been wanting to get out of the 4 and 5 inch baits and start strolling 6 inch, 7 inch, 8 inch Sakamatas, super fish rollers, some of these larger baits, and really get a big wide movement. And they've only made the Range Roller up to a 3/0 hook. Now, no more. There is a brand new Range Roller round head XL that is now going to be available in a 4/0 and a 5/0 size. Okay, so you can throw your wimpy little heads back, right?
That is a giant.
You can get a man's head. Okay, so these are going to be available both in the 4/0 and the 5/0 size, in 5 gram, in 8 gram, in 10 gram, and in 12 gram. Okay, so you got 4 different sizes to choose from, a 4/0 and a 5/0. These are going to be designed for baits like a 7, 8 inch Sakamata. So if you're going to use something big like this, going with a 5/0 hook, you're going to have enough gap now to do it, but you're still going to have that same shape as the Range Roller. If you're going to do something like Super Fish Roller 6.5, the 5/0 fits that great as well, right? So you can see, just to kind of size it up, it's kind of the perfect size. If you're going to go into something like a 5 inch Super Fish Roller or a 6 inch Sakamata shad, something like that, then you can go with the 4/0 hook. and that fits it perfect. So great to see some larger sizes out. So the round head XL range roller from Owner, those are available right now. All right, while we are on jig heads and terminal tackle, one of my favorite terminal tackle pieces of all time is back in a new and improved fashion. This is the Ryugi football head. This is the G2 version, so Gen 2, okay? This is a tungsten football head, basically build your own swing head style. Is available in all the sizes, so they have, you know, from little sizes like 1/4 ounce all the way up to, you know, 3/4 ounce sizes. So all you need is a pair of pliers. You open it up and you attach whatever hook you want to build your own swing head. What I love about this is that it's tungsten, so it's super small. It comes through rocks very easy. Just to give you guys an idea, that's a 1/2 ounce, so it's super small. The other thing I like about it is literally you just take pliers, you pull this pin out, you put whatever hook on you want, you push it back in, and you're dialed. So if you want to fish, say, like a 4-inch doe-live beaver on a swing head, right, you could throw like a 3/0 infinity. I just built this just a second ago, right? So pull that with pliers, put a 3/0 infinity on there. You can put a 4-inch bait on with the 3-inch, and then you've got just a completely different way of showing the fish a bait than you did before. Let me just rig this up. Just in case you guys aren't, I think at this point everybody's kind of familiar with swing heads, but just in case you're not, this basically just allows this pivot head to move. So as you're swimming it, it gives it one more pivot spot. If you're going to drag it on the bottom, it allows this football head to kind of bang around and not snag the way a traditional solid football head would. And you just get a really great action, a really great life out of it. It's honestly the best version of this style fishing that there is, versus buying one that's already pre-built with a hook that you're kind of stuck with, right? So what if they're short striking this and I want to go to a 3.5 inch beaver? Well, I don't want to throw a 3.5 inch beaver on a 3/0 hook. I literally just pull the pin out, take this 3/0 hook off, put a 2/0 on there, smaller beaver, and boom, I'm in action. So you can go any size hook with any size weight. It's a super genius way. So the Gen 2 version, the G2 version, changed the pin mechanism to just be a little bit stronger. So when you pop it out, you just gotta pop it, and then, you know, you attach everything on there and it slides right back in. Super easy. Stoked that Ryugi brought those back. So there you go, the Ryugi tungsten football head. Those are finally available again. While Jeff plays with the new tungsten head, let's talk about another, I'm gonna call this an oddball thing, but some of you guys may be into it. This is the new Ryugi Miura Dama. Okay, now, if you're asking, what is that?
I am
Looks
asking
like
that.
a little chartreuse ball. Okay, this is a free rig stopper.
Free rig stopper.
Okay, so some people are paranoid of their weight sliding into their knot, and so they like to have a stopper. I've never experienced
I've
a
never
problem.
seen that.
Knock on wood.
Ever.
Right? I don't use any stopper.
No, sir.
Never use a stopper.
Nope.
I've never once in my life experienced, oh man, the weight hit the knot and caused a problem. I don't get it. I think this is just one more thing for tackle companies to sell you stuff, but some people really believe in this, and if that's you, great. So here you go. You get a little little silicone bead that you can put above the knot, right? So that you have the ability for the knot to bounce off of the weight. Now, why, Jeff, do you think they chose, by the way, available in one color, okay? Why do you think they chose bright ash chartreuse?
So you can see the beads if you drop it somewhere.
Maybe. I asked them that question, they told me because. So there you go. I hope you didn't want clear or, you know, black or something that might have been natural. You get chartreuse, okay? So there you go. Maybe because if you have to use a stopper, if you're not man enough to just use your weight to slide free, you're probably into colors like this, right? So there you go. Silicone stoppers, Miura Damas. That was the world's worst sales pitch. You know what? Don't even buy this stupid thing. Buy this. Buy the football head. Okay? This is amazing. Okay, let's move on.
Cut.
And I sold 0 of those,
Yeah,
Jeff.
that's a hard cut.
And Jeff, we're having so much fun with Terminal. Let's just keep it going.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, you remember this guy?
There we go.
The Zappu Micro
Yes.
Bredy.
Of course.
Okay.
Most needed hook in the world.
Shockingly,
Shocking?
you guys are weird
Oh.
because we sold out of this thing the day we dropped them. I
Wow.
don't know. I don't know.
What are they using
What are
it
you
for?
guys doing with this
Yeah.
thing? I don't get it. But they're back.
Oh.
Okay, so if you missed out by now, you probably need a restock. Remember, we dropped these along with the giant 2-inch Sakamata shad.
The most needed Sakamata shad.
Right, yeah, the strolling magical size. So anyways, this will fit on this micro
Yes,
Bredy
it will.
really well. And then you have a little underspin kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so if that speaks to you, should we rig one? Yeah, let's rig one. This is pure sexy. It's been a while since I've looked at this 2-inch Sakamata shad too. By the way, 2-inch Sakamata shads are shockingly still in stock. I don't know how they didn't fly out the way the 5-inchers do. Jeff, hold my Sakamata shad for me. Don't go strolling with it now. Okay.
Full bust full.
And micro Bredy. Alright, so here's a look at the micro Bredy. So you guys can see it's a tiny little hook. This one happens to be a size 6. You get the little underspin on the bottom, right? But this is a way to rig a tiny little plastics. Can I have my Sakamata shad back, sir? Jeff?
Oh.
Jeff? Okay. So this, oh my God, this is not
Can you
for
see?
old guys. Wow. How to make Ben feel like a grandpa. What? Let's evolve. Okay. There you go. Now that is just sexy, if you ask me. So there you go. Now you don't have to use a 2-inch Sakamata. Can you even zoom in on that?
That's tough.
So there you go. You could use any tiny little bait you want.
Right.
Now I can imagine bait finesse guys being hot on this. You know, crappie guys. I don't know who else would use this. Bluegill, maybe. Right? But there you go. Hey, they're available. If you want to play with them, obviously, lots of guys are playing with them. They're available now. All right, Jeff, let's talk about something that you love. White powder.
We're so done with this show.
I have in my hands Wakasagi powder.
How is that even legal?
This is what we've been needing. Okay,
You
now,
can't even bring that
you guys know,
from Japan.
if you follow professional bass fishing, Takumi Ito
Takumi Ito.
has made his powder scent very famous, right? So this is literally just powder. Okay. Oh,
Jesus
great! I
Christ,
got
dude. You got
powder all-
Wakasagi
Oh man, I
on your
spilt
ass.
it in my Orion. Do you see that? Went right in there. Ugh. I'm gonna try it. Okay. Here we go. Can you? I don't know if you can see, but it's literally just,
just
white
powder.
powder. Here, look.
Okay.
It's powder.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think it smells like? What do you think Wakasagi powder
It
smells
probably
like?
smells like Wakasagi.
You're gonna be shocked. Smell this. Trust me.
Oh wait,
It's not.
cocaine?
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
Smell it.
Yeah, it smells like Wakasagi.
No,
to me.
it doesn't smell like Wakasagi.
I've smelled a lot of Wakasagis in my life.
Come on, it smells
That's-
like protein or something. I think it's just like a protein powder that's been repackaged. But
Say
it's
all
a
that
hot
one.
it's a hot technique, and thank God they decided to not just release it in a regular version but also one with blue flake. Okay, so if you guys need that blue flake
What am I
to
supposed
come
to
off,
do with this?
this is what you do. You take your bag of plastics,
Yeah.
okay? You take your Wakasagi powder,
I'm talking.
okay? You squirt the Wakasagi powder in here,
Okay.
okay? You put it in,
Okay.
okay? Shake up the bag, okay? And you just let it be. And then that's it. And then they will absorb the powder. It basically rehydrates onto the bait, but now your baits are going to be scented and flavored, the longer it stays on, the more the scent and flavor goes into the baits. Look, 5 years ago, people would have thought this was crazy. But it's hard to argue success what Takumi Ito has done with some of his crazy techniques. So here you go. If you've been trying to find some of that cool powder, there you go. Zappu has it in regular and the amazing Blue Flake version. So that is available now. Chove Rig Wakasagi powder. There you go. You want to taste it? I'm kind of curious. It is on my hand before I wash my hands. I don't know what that flavor is actually. It's not what I envisioned Wakasagi being. I wouldn't eat it. That's weird. Dude, that was just from a lick. I need to brush my teeth. All right, we're gonna stay on hooks for a minute. VanFook, okay? A lot of you guys have been waiting for these to return. You know, if you guys are throwing any of this trout bait finesse style stuff, there are so many places that you can't use treble hooks. Maybe you don't want to use treble hooks. You need a solid single hook replacement. VanFook makes the best one. So all the drift hooks are back. Now the drift hooks come in two different versions. They come in a fine size, which is a really light wire, and then an all-around size, which is just a little bit of thicker wire. You guys are just gonna have to gauge based on the depth and the size of your bait, okay? So if you're using a larger bait, you're probably gonna wanna go with the all-around size 6 just to add a little bit more weight, because remember, you're taking 3 barbs off and you're going down to 1, so you wanna probably upsize at least 1 size on those. So those are back. Also, spoon fishing for trout, like area trout, is becoming super popular, so we added in the spoon hooks from VanFook as well. So if you guys are throwing those tiny little, 1 gram, 2 gram, 3 gram spoons at trout, those are back, both in the rigged version and the non. So a bunch of new, smaller trout size stuff in there available now. Also, if you like treble hooks and you just want a good replacement treble hook for your smaller bait finesse baits, the DT35s are back. All the treble hooks are back. By the way, VanFook, all made in Japan, really great quality stuff. But they also make some bass size stuff that we brought in. So if you guys have been fans of the smaller hooks and you want to try it for bass, we're bringing in all the bass size stuff. So, anywhere from size 4, size 6, size 2, they even go up to like swim bait sizes. So Jeff, might be worth something to try. So there you go, VanFook, available now. All right, Jeff, big stock for Ima Japan this week. Some new colors and some new baits for us. So the Ima Popper, not a new bait for the world, but we decided to bring it in. Ima makes some really good, inexpensive, hard lures. So why not bring in the popper? A lot of you guys have been using Ima and loving it. So pretty straightforward pop. You can walk it, you can pop it, with some really nice colors, inexpensive. So those are available. We also brought back the Ima Foxy Fry, and we added a couple of new colors to that as well. So the Foxy Fry was one of our better selling small little, shad style baits. They return, plus some really nice natural new colors as well from Ima. Staying in small finesse baits for a minute, Lucky Craft expands the Pointer 65 line. Okay, I just want to make sure I held them correct. So Pointer 65s get a huge restock and a ton of new colors. So a lot of colors that you guys love from the 78 line or the 100 size line transferred down now into the Pointer 65. So Flake Kabuki Gill, Rainbow Trout, Laser Rainbow Trout, so on and so forth, all going to be available in that. The 78s get a big restock as well, and a lot of the new colors, so even colors like the NC French Pearl Sakura, which is that nice kind of matte white with the pink belly. The Pointer 78 DD sinking, so this is the forward-facing sonar, the slow sink 78 DD, also gets a new color. It's going to get that full chrome that comes over from the Lightning Stacy and the Lightning Pointer. The full chrome is completely chromed out, even on the bill. They find that it picks up the sonar really, really good in comparison to other colors. So that's a new color this week in a slow sinking 78 DD from Lucky Craft as well. We also see a restock for the first time in the Screw Pointer 80. So this is Lucky Craft's kind of spy bait style. So, you know, pretty straightforward in the colors, all the main key colors: Aurora Black, Pearl Threadfin, BE Gill. But this is just a nice option. It's 80 millimeters. It's half an ounce, so 7/16 of an ounce. It just gives you a nice alternative or a slightly different look to the Duo version. And then finally, to wrap it up this week, Jeff, we did our custom color Essadon in the Gunfish 115 from Lucky Craft. So the Gunfish 115 is 115 millimeters, 19 grams. Essadon is one of my favorite colorways that we've done with Lucky Craft. It's an amazing colorway for fishing out here, Western waters, or any real clear reservoir or lake that you guys are in. So Essadon is basically a morning dawn back. It's a clear, transparent, just a very slight bit of scaling, and then a real faint, transparent chartreuse. So you get kind of the best of all the colors working. The Gunfish 115 is an amazing late summer, fall walking topwater bait. It gives you the size of like a kick knocker, but a lot less sound, a lot less intrusiveness. So it's a really good one to fish over really calm water, shallower water, that kind of stuff. Now, for the Gunfish 115, we are doing a promo for this week to kind of celebrate Essadon, because it's been a while since we've done the Essadon. If you purchase an Essadon 115, you will get an opportunity to pick up any of the Gunfish non-feathers, okay, for free. So it's kind of a BOGO deal. So pick up the Essadon and the 115 and choose any other 115 non-feather for free. Have at it, enjoy. It's going to be, we'll run it until either supplies run out or for the next 48 hours and let you guys have a crack at it. So there you go. Enjoy from Lucky Craft. All right, Jeff, that is a wrap. Now, since we have, if you've made it this far, just a little tease. I wasn't going to bring this up because it's not time yet, but since Megabass decided to tease this earlier this week, this is just a tease. Don't worry, don't panic. Oh, they're not available yet. All we've been told is
someday,
end of September. I don't know what that means, but if you guys are Megabass fans, this is the Next Respect series. This is the white butterfly color. That is one of the hardest, rarest colors to come across. At some point this month, it will be dropping. It's going to be in all kinds of baits for the first time, as well as some other baits like the 110 Pop Max and stuff that's been done in before. But they did it in the +1, the +1 Junior, some really, really cool additions. I just didn't want you guys to be, driving yourselves crazy, wondering, when's it coming, when's it coming? We'll give you plenty of notice, okay? We got plenty coming, so you don't have any FOMO, okay? Nobody's missing out. Some point this month, white butterfly will be available from Megabass. Do you want to touch it, Jeff? The elusive white butterfly?
I'm fine.
Okay. You're always a downer to my excitement. You know that? All right. Just for that, I'm having a sip. Okay, Jeff, we're done. Favorite thing this week? Hey, Griff, you want to eat some Wakasagi powder?
My favorite,
$5? Okay. It's not good, by the way. Just a little bit. It's weird. It's salty. It's kind of pasty.
Is it made out of Wakasagi? Is it made out of Wakasagi?
I don't know what it's made out of.
It can't be bad.
I think it's protein powder.
You said 150 on that?
Yeah.
He's gonna leave with it.
Oh, perfect. That would be good. All right, Jeff, no favorites? Are you sleeping over there? Earth to Jeff. All right, we're just gonna send Jeff home. My favorite thing, Grass Piece, of course. So, have fun, guys. Cheers on behalf of myself, sleepy ass Jeff, Griff, everybody here at the Hookup Tackle, guys. Have a wonderful Sunday, okay? Thank you for giving us time. Thank you for watching these videos. Thank you for the business. Go hug your family, catch a big fish, drink a delicious Orion. Enjoy your life. Cheers. Happy Sunday. We will see you again next week. Enjoy your week, guys. Peace.